Thursday morning, April the 7th, 8:01 is the time. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week in the morning at 8 o'clock to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And it has already been a busy morning. We had a tornado warning just north of our area, and now we're starting to get some reports from the ground. Was there a tornado up that direction? Sounds like there was certainly something. Just north of St. Augustine. And that same line is moving our direction, which is why we have the threat for strong to severe storms today. Those are the top two things that we are monitoring. But before we get into any of that, let's just kind of set the stage and see what's doing across Central Florida on this day, what we have declared a first warning weather day, meaning that strong to severe storms will be impacting us. It is a nice quiet start to the day as we peek in on our live tower cam network. That in downtown Orlando. When we look to the forecast, though, notice through time, we're seeing those red boxes. That's when the WESH 2 First Warning Weather Team has highlighted the threat for strong to severe storms in our area. Nice and quiet for now, though there are some showers that are starting to move into our northern areas. But late morning through the afternoon, through about dinner time or so, that's when we're watching the threat for strong to severe storms, okay? All right, that all said, let's just kind of set the stage right now in terms of our live radar, see what's doing out there. First morning live Doppler radar, quiet through the metro, okay? But north of town, up around Marion County, we're watching a few showers that are kind of bubbling up. And then just off to the north and west of Marion County, we're indicating some thunderstorms. You can see them around Chiefland and Williston. Those storms are going to continue to march into northwestern Marion County shortly. So if you live Citra, Reddick, Anthony, back over to Ocala, over to Williston, those are going to be thunderstorms that are marching in your area shortly. And as a matter of fact, if I switch over to the Tampa rate, that's the Tampa velocity. Pretty good rain, pretty good wind in that cell out near Chiefland. But if I switch over to the regular Tampa radar and we widen the perspective out, I just want to show you that's the line of thunderstorms that is going to be marching in. There's a lot of indicators of gusty winds. There's a lot of lightning in there. And if we switch over to the velocity product, you can very clearly see there's little pockets of brighter colors, meaning little pockets of heavier rainfall and gustier winds. But earlier, just north of St. Augustine, we were tracking a tornado-warned cell. That tornado-warned cell, for now, we've not gotten any indication of it touching down, but we did get a report of a water spout. And I got to tell you, that had significant rotation. So at the very least, I would expect that this is an indicator that the atmosphere is kind of set up for rotation today, for some stronger storms today. And right as that tornado warning was active, the Storm Prediction Center put out an update, a mesoscale discussion. And what they're saying is that in the area highlighted, they're watching for the severe threat. And they indicated that there may be a tornado watch or severe thunderstorm watch issued. They gave it a 40% likelihood that a watch was posted because of the obvious environmental condition that we have in place. So that's obviously including our northern areas, and that would likely extend further south through the day. All this to say that today is a day where we need to watch the weather. That's why we've declared today a first warning weather day, meaning that there is strong to severe storms that are going to likely impact you and your family, okay? Timing, now through about 7 p.m. As far as the severe risk goes, we're under a level 2 risk for strong to severe storms today, meaning that out of all the storms that develop, several of them, not just one or two isolated, but scattered showers and thunder showers become strong to severe, okay? We've got team coverage lined up today. Literally, everybody in the weather team is going to be working. Our first warning weather lab will be out doing some storm chasing today. Pat Gribben, photojournalist who works with me in the weather lab on basically every activity we do, is going to be out there today chasing. He is the weather nerd of weather nerds. He may not have gone to school for meteorology, but I'd say that he gets a gold star on his wannabe weather certificate, okay? He's going to be up there tracking, working with the weather department. Meteorologist Kellyanne Class is in now. Alex Alisi gets in shortly. I get in shortly. And then Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi gets in shortly. So we're going to have just about everybody working today tracking these storms, okay? In terms of the individual threats, I think straight line winds by far and away are going to impact most of us. Then you've got the moderate threat for severe winds and hail, and then on the lower end, the tornado threat. But if there's one thing that we learned this morning from St. Augustine, it's that the environment does have enough shear that we could see a tornado develop. And of course, that tornado warning was issued for some time. Pam says, come on, with all these tornadoes everywhere. Enough is enough. What's going on with the weather lately? It's spring. It's severe weather season. So that's, this is to be expected, unfortunately. And that's kind of the way that it is. New marine warning just went out for a waterspout possible between Fernandina Beach and St. Augustine. So from 20 to 50 nautical miles out. That's that same cell, I believe. So, yeah, there's a lot going on in the world of weather. Exactly, Frank. We're going to tag team this beast. See you, buddy. Love you. Rob says, good morning, Eric. Thanks for helping keep us safe. Of course, it's my pleasure, Joseph. Good morning to my favorite weather person. Thank you. Like them all, but you calmed me down during a hurricane a few years ago. And it's my goal, Joseph, to continue to do that. All right, so how does this play out? In terms of timeline, here's what we're looking at. Now through 11 o'clock, those showers and storms are going to start moving into our northwestern areas. Late morning through the kind of evening commute getting through the metro area, and then evening commute through about bedtime into Brevard County. This is a very slow moving cold front. Those are the worst because you get the opportunity to get several rounds of strong to severe storms over the exact same area. We saw that up in Georgia where our friends up that direction were having to deal with severe weather round after severe weather round after severe weather round. And now, while it is a bit weaker than it was, it's our turn to get those opportunities for strong to severe storms. There's a look at the satellite imagery as it stands now, and you can see those storms just firing up rapid fire along that front. And of course, those storms rapid firing will be moving our direction. I can tell you that we have our live first warning Doppler radar down as far as it can go. It's at like 0.1, 0.2 degrees. Very little, not even 1 degree, but 0.2 degrees above the horizon. That lets us track these storms as best as we can. That gives us the ability to not be contaminated with overshooting the storm tops due to the curvature of the earth, which, believe it or not, is a real thing. So, yeah, that's kind of just what we're looking at today, my friends. Again, the threat is there for strong to severe storms. If we break it down, you can see the tornado threat is a 1 out of 5, but the damaging straight line wind threat and the hail threat is a 2 out of 5. We'll continue to have to watch this, certainly, okay? Dan, thank you for all that you do and your love for this field. We're blessed to have found you in this great state. Thank you very much, Dan. I truly do appreciate it. Diana's asking, is this normal in your opinion? Absolutely, this time of year we get this. That's, as my father would always say, you have to pay to, drink whiskey and ride the train. That's what it is. Living in Florida means springs, we have the opportunity for severe weather. Summers, we have thunderstorms every day and the opportunity for hurricanes. If weather was absolutely perfect the entire time, then Florida would be overrun with people. We have a couple of issues, Excuse me. So it is what it is. Having a NOAA weather radio or the WESH 2 app with the first warning Doppler radar is a must today. I would agree with that. And one thing, of note, and I always like to advertise this, the management has never asked me to do this. I'm doing this because I'm a weather nerd and I want to be able to offer information to you. On the WESH 2 News app, okay, in addition to all of WESH 2 News, you get all of the weather alerts. It'll let you know when there's a severe thunderstorm or tornado warning in your area. It will let you know when there's lightning approaching your area. It will let you know when the rain is moving in. I mean, literally, there are times where if it's not severe, I'm not really paying attention much. And I'll just be sitting and then my phone will go off and it'll say, heavy rain is 10 minutes away. And it's like, oh, I guess so. If there's not severe weather, I'm not, babysitting the radar. And so I think, and we worked really hard to be able to get those elements added to that. So, I think it's a really great product. I think that that's something that, especially on a day like today, you want to have. You just want to be able to look at the radar. You want to be able to zoom in. You want to be able to get notified when these warnings are issued. Thanks for everything. Of course, Ashley, it's my pleasure. It's absolutely my pleasure. Good morning, Eric and Coffee Talk family. Becca, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Elizabeth says, thank you, friends. I'm glad for another trip around the sun. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Sorry that we've got these strong to severe storms in your forecast today. Mickey over on YouTube. Good morning, Eric. Crazy historic storms these last puppets of days in Georgia and South Carolina. Was curious what part of the LRC pattern is this? I've not looked, but I'm sure. Let's see. If we look at the LRC together, let me do this. Give me a few seconds. Let me get this set up, and I will. I'd have to compare. So today's April 7th. So let me pull up. Let me pull up the LRC calendar. All right. So here's the LRC calendar. What is it? It's April 7th. Let's just go to April 7th to see what cycle day we are. Bear with me. Bear with me. So April 7th. So cycle day 52-ish. So the last cycle day 52 was February 2nd. I don't know that I put any notes about severe weather there. I didn't. February 2nd, we could look and see. 52. Around cycle day 52. That would have been November 30th. I didn't do a good job of logging severe events. Yeah, so I didn't do a good job of logging severe events, but I could go back and find it if we looked at the local storm reports. But at any rate, it doesn't play into the hurricane season, which is why I didn't so closely pay attention to it. My husband's flying home tonight. Will it be clear by 11 p.m.? It does look like that. So let's take a look at Futurecast, okay? I want to make sure we're all on the same page on terms of timing. We know that it's coming through during the day today, but exactly when. So let's do this. Let's start with beta Futurecast. And yeah, through 9 o'clock, we've got little ribbons of rain in Marion County. Notice by 10, 11 o'clock, we're starting to see more intense colors, right? Those brighter shades of red showing up, okay? Just a heads up. All right, from there, follow me through time. 1 o'clock, that's when we really get that instability firing up. Of course, it's daytime heating. 1 p.m., showers and thunder showers in our northwestern areas, okay? Then we march it into the metro area by 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Very heavy rainfall, strong gusty winds, obviously severe thunderstorm warnings likely, tornado warnings possible. And then by 6, 7 o'clock, you can kind of see it into Brevard County and starting to work its way out. And it's that reasoning that the Storm Prediction Center put this update out saying that there's a 40% likelihood of a watch. That's in North Florida. Later today, they'll have to reevaluate and potentially even discuss things further south as well. So for what it's worth, my friends, that's kind of the idea of today. Again, here's the storm timeline as it stands right now. Let me just change it instead of 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock. Let me just put now through 11 o'clock. Stand by. Oh, Kellyanne already did that. I just needed to refresh my workspace. See, this is what happens when you do coffee talk. Let me refresh my workspace. Hold on a second. There it is, now through 11 o'clock. See, this is where we're at. This is where it's a good thing. Now through 11 o'clock, northwestern areas, then 11 through 5 in the metro, and 5 to 8. So that times out directly with Futurecast, and that's kind of exactly what we're doing in terms of the forecast. Chris says, I was today years old when I learned the earth is round. It's true. Johnny says, with daytime heating, I wouldn't be surprised if some storms are severe. I'm in Indian River County, just south of your viewing area. Thanks for everything you do. Of course. Yeah, I mean, I would say dinner time for you. And then Johnny, either watch us on WESH 2 or my dear friends down at WPBF. I put 7 years in at WPBF. So they're family. And I still get to work with them every day. Joel says, I'd like to change my career to meteorology. Do it. Why not? Elizabeth, you can't mess with Mother Nature. It's true. It's true. Michael says, I mean, as a conductor, I can get you a ride on a train. Well, but aside from having friends in low places, you know, you got to pay to drink whiskey and ride the train. Let's see here. All of the out-of-staters buying up properties are in for a wake-up call come hurricane season. Well, they just have to learn that this is what it is, right? Claudine says, I have the app, but when I try to open it, it never loads. Anyone else have this issue? I would say I've had that issue with apps before. Just remove it and reinstall it. That would be my suggestion, is to remove the app and reinstall the app. Sometimes they get corrupt, so you just have to reinstall it. That's all. Just reinstall it and you'll be good to go. Jan says, heading to Daytona today for my birthday weekend with friends and family. We'll be checking in with everyone. Very good. We'll be certainly aggressive on social media, making sure you know I will be posting like a banshee on the Twitter. Yeah. After today, the weather looks great, but it turns cooler. That's correct. So let's take a moment away from our severe kind of preview, and let's just talk about what comes in afterward, because yes, there is cooler air moving in. Take a look at Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. Today, 70% of us are going to get into some nastier storms, but afterward, high temperatures in the 70s, morning lows in the 40s and 50s. Holy cannoli. Let me just tell you, this morning, we stepped outside to get the kids into the car, and Jeannie's like, oh my God, when is it going to get colder? And I'm like, this weekend? But like, that may be about it. You know, we're getting into mid-April where these cool fronts, they don't like coming down here, you know? Just saying, they don't like coming down here. So we're running out of time. Not me again says, St. Augustine just had storms roll by just north of us, more on the way. Yeah, let's pop back up our first warning live Doppler radar and check in because, of course, we know that there's actually some nice heavier rainfall up there in Ocala. Let's zoom in on this is our live radar, okay? Nice heavy rainfall. Let's switch over to our velocity product. Nothing crazy. Let's head up to northwest, and you can kind of see, yep, heavy rainfall. Let's switch over to the reflectivity, and you can see that very heavy rainfall there around Williston coming on in. Let me widen this perspective out a little bit because obviously there are plenty of storms north of our area. So we always like to use the radar closest to the area we're scanning, and obviously once we get pretty decent length north of our area, our radar is doing a fine job. But the Jacksonville radar is just closer. So let's switch over to the Jacksonville radar, and you can see there are storms. Palatka back over to Chiefland. Gainesville, it's about to get stormy up that way. I got to say, our radar is actually doing a really good job. Look at the difference. That's Jacksonville radar. Okay? That's our radar. Our radar is doing a really good job, man. For what it's worth, I'm always like scanning these because I have to calibrate our radar. It's constant work to maintain a radar. So I'm always like switching back and forth to compare and make sure that we're in line with everybody. And we're in line with everybody, even north of our coverage area. So that's a great thing. So again, today, my friends, I just want to make sure that you stay weather aware, have the WESH 2 mobile app installed. I want to make sure that you have the ability to zoom in. Another thing, speaking of the app, okay, let me just pop this up. I know we've discussed this before, but I want to point something out. This is one of those things that is, I don't know of any other way to get a live radar in Central Florida. So let me open up the WESH app, okay? Here is the current WESH app. Oh, look. There's a bunch of weather information on the homepage. That's super great. If you click the 3 buttons up top and you come over to where it says weather, you can either click the plus on the weather, click radar, okay? If you click radar, you're going to get a radar. That's great for most everybody. It's a national composite. So if you look on the wide perspective, you can see all the storms up to the north. But the national composite delays by like 5 minutes. It's like a 5-minute thing. Well, I work on our live radar. I have fought tooth and nail, and I've gotten our live radar put into the app. You may not know this, but our WESH First Warning Live Doppler radar, every minute we get an update. You can have that in the WESH app, okay? No boss has asked me to advertise this. I'm just telling you this because if I was not working with this live radar, I would want to have access to this. Bottom corner, you see that? The little sandwich? Click it. It brings up all the layers. The top left layer, first warning live Doppler radar. You click that, and now, if you look up around Jacksonville, you see that's where our radar ends. This is our live radar. It updates every single minute. It's not going to work on the national view, but when it comes to our storms in our area, you're going to get data. You're not going to find data any quick. I'm telling you, you're not going to get data any quicker, period. 6 degrees a second times 60 seconds, 360 degrees a minute. Inside the WESH app, you get the livest of live radars, okay? And no, this is not a promo line. Trevor is not asking me to do this. Nobody at work is. I'm just telling you, weather nerd to weather nerd. That's where you can get it, okay? All right. What about tomorrow? It's my son's field day. Tomorrow, Diane, is looking absolutely perfect. Once these storms are done today into tonight, they're done. And seriously, you've got great weather in store. So just kind of have to get through the storms first and foremost. Take a look. Here's the 7-day forecast, and you can see tomorrow, bright sunshine, high of 75. Are you kidding me? Saturday, high of 74, low in the 50s. And then Sunday morning, low at 49 in Orlando. Yeah, low at 49 in Orlando, and even cooler, as a matter of fact, in our northern spots. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. By the way, I'm updating a graphic real quick here because I want to show it to you, but I don't want you to see it until I've got it updated because I just got new information. And I'm a nerd, and that's what we do. All right, are you ready? Friday, why is the launch weather so important? Oh, see, I said the word. Crud. Why is the weather so important? Because there's a launch. Axiom 1 is launching from 39, Kennedy Space Center. Launch weather just went up to 90%. 90% chance of good weather. Yeah, so field day, playing at the theme parks. Launching 4 astronauts to the International Space Station. Launch weather's looking great. I will be in the weather lab over somewhere in Brevard County covering this thing. It's going to be so great. But in the meantime, I just want to make sure you know, for today, yes, we've got the threat for strong to severe storms in play. All right, any questions? I want to talk. I want to make sure everybody knows exactly what the threats are. I want to make sure everybody knows when things get crummier and crummier, okay? Let's see here. Good morning, Coffee Talk family. Running behind today, doing yard work before we get our rains. Very good idea. I was supposed to be off today, and that was on my list of things to do today. So, yeah. I'll just have to mow my yard next week. Hope it doesn't get too long. Posting like a banshee. Seriously, I mean, when the weather gets bad, I post like a banshee. You know? Those temps look great this weekend. Get outside and into the parks before it's AC season. It's true. I'm going to have to try and figure out a way to get out to the theme park, even if it's just for an hour. Let's see here. It's very cloudy and foggy. Impressed by minute updates on the radar. I mean, listen, I fought hard to get that. Seriously. Chris says it's $1 million tool available to us. Yeah, I mean, it's, the investments that WESH has made, I didn't want it just available to us. And I did. I fought with the vendor to be able to open up the pipe and get it feeding to the app. And it did. It took months, but it did. Me quickly rushes to app to update. It's there. And if the app for some reason doesn't work, if you have an old version, delete it and reinstall it. That's all. Mindy's asking, I think Orlando City plays 1 p.m. on Saturday. Weather looks great. Weather looks great. I mean, you may even need your, the scarf, the whole thing. But, yeah, it looks great. The game at Exploria this weekend is looking absolutely outstanding. I've still not been to Exploria Stadium. I walked by it, but, nah, I've never been. I need to go. Michelle's asking, Can you show the timelines again for us today? Absolutely. On a day like today, I really want to hammer this away and make sure everybody knows. I really do. What is a banshee? Alexa, what is a banshee?
Banshee is a noun meaning in Irish folklore, a spirit in the form of a wailing woman who appears to or is heard by members of a family as a sign that one of them is about to die.
A sign that one of them is about to die. Well, I don't want that. Maybe I need to change my vernacular then. I will be posting like a crazy. Yeah. Hi, Janet. Good morning to you. When will the rain start? Just depends on where you're at, my friends. The rain's already starting in our northern areas, all right? All right, so I will tell you this. Basically, the entire First Warning Weather team is going to be tracking these storms for you all day long, quiet in the metro, but we do already have those showers and thunder showers in our northern areas kind of moving on in, all right? Let's zoom in on our live radar, and you can see those heavier storms kind of marching on in, all right? Marion County, Williston, it is storming like crazy. Citra, Anthony, Reddick, those storms will continue. Stay with us all day long. We will keep you up to date, all right? I'll be posting. Another thing, the fastest way to get updates, you don't even have to have a Twitter. Twitter.com/Eric Burris Wesh. You can get, I tweet radar imagery like on a day like today constantly. That's a place to get weather information live. When I do Coffee Talk, when I pop onto Facebook Live, I also stream there. You can't apparently ask questions. I don't know why. I thought you could. So maybe Twitter has to work on that. But we are certainly going to be watching. You'll get weather updates first over there, okay? All right, people. I will see you probably at 3:30 unless we're into weather coverage. If that's the case, then you'll just see me on TV throughout the day. All right? All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so very much for hanging out. I will see you guys and gals later on.